Hi everyone, it's your girl Trina Balbina. I'm coming to you with a story that I did promise on today, which is Saturday. This story is about what I experienced with a cemetery on X-Tex Freeway, dealing with my loved ones, my mother, my grandmother, my grandfather, and my aunt. I'm going to take you all back to something my mom have taught me that I learned when I was a young girl. She said to me, if you was to ever get lost, I want you to know your landmarks, and I want you to know every back street and where every freeway leads you. So let's begin with this story. On February the 14th is the anniversary of my mother's death. So I went to the cemetery and I placed flowers and balloons on her grave, and I cleaned it off even though it was raining out and it was cold, but it wasn't bad. It was raining that morning, so I decided to wait until the rain slacked down, and then I went up there, to place some balloons and flowers on there because it was Valentine's Day, plus it was the anniversary of her death. So Mother's Day come around, I was supposed to go up there, but I didn't go up there. I work hard, you guys, so I just didn't have the time. I slept through Mother's Day. I didn't wake up till like maybe 6 o'clock in the evening, and I went to a concert with my friend for Mother's Day. So June the 12th was this past Saturday. I went to visit her because that's my mother's birthday. When I went there, I got out and went to her gravesite and noticed that her headstone and my family member's headstone was gone, you guys. I thought I was losing my mind. I was like, wait a minute. Well, maybe I'm looking, I need to go up a little bit more, or maybe I need to step back some, maybe I overshot it. Knowing I know where they are because I've been going to that cemetery over a decade to take care of my loved ones, cleaning their graves, sitting out on blankets, all type of things like that, So I would know exactly where they are. So I got in the car and I was getting ready to drive off, and I tell my spouse, I say, they're not there. He looked at me. He was like, you're tripping. I'm like, no, they're not there. He said, get out and go look again. Maybe you're not focusing. Go look again. I said, okay. I walked back over there. And when I got to the spot he usually sees me go to, he said, right there, right there. And I said, yeah, they're not here. And he looked. I said, yeah, they're not here. I got back in the car. So I said, you know what, since it's a new entrance, just running situations, running things through my mind. Well, you know what, since it's a new entrance, we have been having to come through the front because of the pandemic. Let me go to the side gate that we usually go through every time we come before the pandemic happened. So I went to the gate, and I started from the gate that I would usually go through before the pandemic started. And I'm riding. I say, okay, so we're passing. Now, remember I told you about the landmarks. I say, okay, there's my landmark. Okay, we're passing it up. Then here comes a lane. We pass the lane up. Okay, so here we go. This is where my loved ones are supposed to be. So I stopped. I got out. I went there again. He said, right there. I'm speaking of my spouse. Right there. I say, yeah, they're not here. I did this 3 times, you guys. 3 times because I literally thought that I was going crazy. And I just been there 3 months earlier. So I got in the car. I was so angry and so upset, you guys. My spouse, he was just looking at me like he was in disbelief, like he couldn't believe what was going on. And I went to the front office. They were closed because it was like 7:48 in the evening on June the 12th, you know. And I got out. I was very upset and very angry. And I went to the door and they were closed. And I got back in the car. And my spouse said, "Oh, Lord, thank you, Jesus." I said, "What is it?" He said, "I thought about when you were walking up there. You were so upset. Why am I letting this crazy girl go in there by herself? I am grateful that the door is locked and they are closed." I was still upset and I was still in disbelief. So I called a family member. And I said, "Hey," I can't say any names. "Hey, they're gone. They're gone out of their spot." And that family member said, "Who? What are you talking about?" I say, "My mom, Big Mom and Papa. And I bet they're gone." "What?" That's what the family member said. "What?" "Well, maybe you just can't remember." No. I know for sure. They're gone." I hit the freeway. She say, "Take a picture for me." I said, "Okay, I'm making a U-turn. I'm going back." I get back there and I go exactly to the same spot that I've been going to over a decade and took pictures. And I left again. It was a Saturday. I let Sunday go by because I knew they wouldn't be open. So Monday roll around. I get a call from a family member, two family members that were on three-way, I'm sorry. And they say, "Trina, they're there." One of the family members was at the graveyard, the cemetery. I say, "What?" "Yeah, they're there." I say, "Where?" "Oh, they're by..." I'm sorry, y'all. I have to be, very cautious on what I say because, we are still handling this matter. "There's such and such and such." I say, "I'm sorry. I can't accept that answer. I'm on my way." So I left my place of business at 9-something that morning, made my way up to the cemetery. That one of the family members that was there at the time was already gone. I say, "Okay, since I'm here, I'm going into this office." So I go into the office. I was very polite. I wasn't rude. I wasn't angry. Even though I was boiling on the inside, y'all, and raging on the inside, the outside and my demeanor was very cool, calm, and collect. And I say, "I need someone to take me to my family members. For some reason, I can't find them." So that person came and took me to that person said, you know where they're at?" I said, "Yeah, I know where they're at." He said, "You want to meet me back there or will you want me to follow you?" I said, "Oh no, I'll meet you there." Okay, I get there. When he finally arrives, he's passing me up. He stopped. He say, "Okay, let's look for him." So we started looking for him. And I was like, "They're supposed to be right here. And they're not here." And he started looking at this map that he got off the computer. And he said, "Oh, that's because they're in 45. Now here's the plot twist, you guys, on that part. The section that was 45 was actually 41, where my mom and them was supposed to be. But I don't know what the cemetery did because it's like they're switching everything around there. And, all of a sudden where they're at now is 41. But back then it was 45, and the place where they were 41. So they actually changed the numbers of where they are, right? But listen, hold on. When he was taking me to the spot, he said, oh, and I think he didn't realize what he was doing. He said, oh, no, wait, we're in the wrong section. They're in 45. 45? Yeah. Okay, let's go. So we go over there. And I can't say too much of the detailing again because it's still ongoing. I said, they've been moved. What? Yeah, they've been moved. We can't move them. That's against the law. I know. They've been moved. They were over here and now they're over there. They've been moved. They've never been in this place. How long has it been since you've been up here? Excuse me? How long has it been since I've been up here? I just told you in that office that I was here on Valentine's Day 3 months ago. And I've been coming here for 17 years. Oh, would you like to talk to the manager? No, I'm okay. But as I was driving up out of that bad boy, I said, you know what? I do need to talk to the manager. I went into the office again. I said, can I speak to your manager? I'm on the phone with a family member at the time. That person was on speaker. You see what I'm saying? And the secretary said, sure, yeah. So the secretary ran and went into this room with the general manager. Why they send the assistant manager? The general manager didn't want to come out and meet me, but they sent the assistant manager. He pulled me into this room. He say, what's the problem? I say, my people have been moved out of their resting place. No, ma'am, we can't do that. That's against the law. I know it is. And I'm going to get a lawyer on this. Well, since you got a lawyer, and I told him, I have nothing else to say to you. And I got up and I walked out. And when I got in the car, my spouse say, they called security on you. I said, what? Yeah, they called security. For what? I didn't go in there acting crazy. My family member was on the phone on speaker. What? They heard us say that we wanted to call 911 and a lawyer? So they wanted to call security? That's crazy. So I left. I didn't get with the answer that I wanted. I was thinking like maybe they was going to tell me like, oh, well, we moved them because we're getting ready to, you know, take care of that spot where they're at, and we don't want to damage their headstones and things like that. But they were talking to me lying and acting like that I was crazy. Like I didn't know what I was talking to. Like, you know how what the mind, what the eyes see and the ears hear, the mind believe. Well, that wasn't one of these cases, because the thing about it is this is something I know. So you can't make me believe anything by telling me something and you know and thinking that what you tell me and my ears hear, my mind is going to believe. That's not going to happen, because this is somewhere I've been coming since the age of 21 years old. It's impossible for you to tell me that I'm crazy and that I don't know what I'm talking about. So a family member that was there at the time the plots and stuff was bought popped up while I was giving an interview with the news station. But let's get to that story. It's a long story, you guys. It's a long story. So let's get back to when I left the cemetery. I wasn't satisfied with the answer I got, so I called the news station. I'm not going to say which one. And I told them my story. So they called the cemetery. And then I got a call back from the news station and said, and this is what the news station news anchor person told me, Well, the general manager said she doesn't know why you're so upset, because they knew that it was the wishes and said that it was their wishes that they be placed by the building that I'm talking about that I passed in the cemetery. I'm sorry, you guys. I have to be very careful with what I say. And I was like, wait, that it was my wishes that they be placed there? Well, yeah, they said that it was the wishes that they be placed there. I was like, no, I didn't. What is that they talking about? I know what it is, but again, I can't say. What was she talking about? And the news anchor started laughing. She was like, I have no idea. I was like, okay. And then she said, well, could you call the general manager and tell her that it was a mistake about you not wanting them there at that building? And I told the news anchor, no. Oh, let me finish saying what she said. For the story. There. And I told her, no. No. I'm not calling her. I done spoke to assistant manager. I spoke to the service person that took me out there to the gravesite. And I talked to the secretary as well. No, I'm not telling them nothing that I'm sorry, I made a mistake, or it was a misunderstanding that I wanted them placed there. I never said that at all. Well, okay. That was the end of the story with that news station. I get home from my place of business. Phone ring. And it's another news station. Oh, yeah, how you doing? It's Trina. I'm not going to say my last name. There. Oh, yeah. This is she. How can I help you? This is Channel News. Okay. I heard your story. It's here on my desk. Do you want me to come out? I would like to do the story. Do you want to meet at your home, or do you want to do it on Zoom? I was like, either way you want to do it is fine with me. So we decided that we were going to do the video at the cemetery because I wanted to show them where my family members were and where they have been placed. And we was doing a story, and it was like we was undercover. It was just me, the cameraman, and the news anchor, and my spouse, who sat in the car while I was out showing the news anchor and the cameraman on where they are now and where they were. Next thing you know, here come my family members pulling up. I had already gave my story to the anchorman. We was just standing there. And I was so happy to see my family members come, because that family member that came out there was the family member that was with my grandfather when he bought all of the plots. So she knew exactly where they were supposed to be. I was right. That family member was like, you're not wrong. You're right. I was like, yeah, I know. Yeah, it had got to the point to where I thought that I was going to need psychological help, because they were playing with my intelligence and my emotions so much at this cemetery. They almost had me thinking that I was crazy. I was up 2 and 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, pacing the floor, smoking cigarette after cigarette. I went through 2 packs of cigarettes within an hour and a half. My spouse jumped up after I told him I think I need psychological help. He looked at me and he said, "Are you getting on my nerves with this?" Because the thing about it is, if you crazy, then that means I'm crazy, because I've been going with you for over a decade to take care of your family's graves. And I don't like the fact that you making me feel like I don't know what I know. And I don't know where I've been. You know where they are, Trina, and where they were. You knew where they were. So don't it matters what no one says. Don't let nobody tell you different. It got to a point where I called a family member and I was like, I'm never going back to that gravesite again. Because I know that's not my mama there. And the family member told me, oh yeah, you are. You're going back there. You're going to stand strong and you're going to see this thing through. I got your back. We got your back. Because we know. They thought we were all dead, I guess. I guess they thought no one came out there to check on our family members, but I was there faithfully. And I was there faithfully for 17 years. You mean to tell me that I don't know where my family is? They didn't even have enough decency. When they moved my mama's headstone, they didn't have enough decency to fix what they broke that you hold her flowers in. It's broke. Y'all owe me some money. Because my daddy paid good money for my mama's headstone. And I got the receipts. And it's a hard thing. And it's a little bit easier because those family members reassured me that I'm not the only one that know where they are. Even though that family member haven't been out there for a long time. What makes her credible is that she was there when the plots were bought. She's the one that helped pick out the plots with my grandfather. So I wasn't crazy. Over the years, a lot of things changed in the area where they was, but she knew exactly where they were supposed to be without me having to even say anything. She went straight to it while I was still standing there with the anchor man talking. She went straight to where they were supposed to be. I am emotionally and mentally destroyed. I spent hours out there polishing their headstones. I dug the dirt from around them to make sure that it's pretty and clean and shiny. For 17 years. Only time that I've ever really missed going there, because I usually would go maybe once a month. Once every 3 weeks. The only time that I have ever missed going up there was when the hurricane came, and in 2008 I was trying to get my life back on track because my house had flooded. Anyway, you guys, if you have family members in a cemetery along East Texas Freeway, please go check on your loved ones. I'm looking for anyone that can help us petition. See if your loved ones are in their correct spots, because it's been a pandemic and these cemeteries are going bananas on making space and making money, so they don't care if they move people. I'm sorry, y'all. I got lipstick on my teeth. They don't care if they move people to make more money and to make more space. We need help. The news station want to air our story so bad, but because it's been so long ago, many years that they've been deceased, we need pictures to show the background of where they were, because the cemetery said that they didn't move them. First it went to, oh, they said what she said, that it was their wishes to be there. Then it switched to, well, I have your grandfather deeds there. Then it switched to, we never moved them at all. It's gotten to a point to where I'm going to take a lie detector test. It's just got that bad. And I spoke with the polygraph agency, and he's a FBI, a retired FBI agent who has a polygraph office. And I told him my story because I told him that I need a lie detector test, because it's become, like the news anchor said, it's becoming a he say, she say thing. So now we need pictures. You know, I'm at a standstill. So now I'm going to take a lie detector test. That FBI agent listened to my story, and he gave me a test run on a question, on what the questions he was going to ask me. And I can only give you one question that he was going to ask me, that he is going to ask me. And it is, Trina, did you give authorization to move your family members? And my answer is no.